You've probably all seen images like these. Clean water flowing from the canals and eventually into your drinking glass. But perhaps the images that you don't see are the most important ones. Images like these. Garbage, tree limbs, and building materials all drifting through the canals and eventually into your water supply. Since 1860, the Farmers Highline, Croke, and Church canals have all supplied the water needed from Golden all the way up through Brighton. The runoff from the Rocky Mountains is collected in Clear Creek and is diverted into the canals. It then goes to supply the water that is needed for drinking, farm irrigation, and many other uses. But in recent years, the wonders of the modern world have been making natural resources like water not so wonderful. This mushroom farm once actually grew mushrooms. Now it is home to tree limbs and trash. Cleanup efforts have gotten underway, but not before the limbs and trash made their way into the canals, causing pollution, blockage, and costing a lot of money to clean up. Chemical plants like this one have built their facilities dangerously close to the waterways, and their past storage of chemicals has allowed for water contamination. These are two instances of pollution on a larger scale. Now how about a smaller, more personal level? Every time trash is thrown into the streets or storm drains. When building materials are left in backyards or tossed over fences. When grass clippings are left on the banks of the canals, they are washed into the water. When chemicals are used on lawns. And when car oil is changed near a canal, the runoff goes into your water. When limbs are not properly discarded. When animals are not kept at an appropriate distance. When people play or work near the banks. All of these contribute to blockage and damage of the canal and contamination of the water. Maybe you only discarded one piece of trash, a little bit of building material, sprayed your lawn just a minimal amount, or hardly dumped any grass clippings. But one piece of trash, one grass clipping, or 1 ounce of pesticides from every person adds up to enormous amounts, and to pictures like these. These are not pleasant pictures to see, but this is what happens when things are not disposed of in the correct way. These scenes have been consistent ones over the years, but they are getting better, and hopefully with everyone's help, you will see water like this. Some very simple things you can do are: don't play near the banks of the canals. It causes them to weaken, fall in, and possibly cause drowning. Keep animals away from the canals. Manure in the water adds a not so pleasant taste. Make sure all of your garbage makes it into the garbage can and not dropped or thrown out a car window. The trash makes its way into the storm drains and washes out into the canals. Do not deposit grass clippings, limbs, or shrubbery in the canals. They cause blocking and damage. Make sure building materials and other trash items are disposed of properly. Obey water rights laws. Canals are personal property. Do not siphon water from the canals. Do not allow car oil, pesticides, or other toxins to run off into the canals. Do not put personal property such as swing sets and bird feeders on land owned by the canals. The areas surrounding the canals need to be kept open for maintenance, and to cut down on unwanted items making their way into the water. Maintaining the canal's health and beauty is important to everyone. It affects your children, family, friends, and you. We're not asking you to keep someone else's water clean. We're asking you to keep your water clean. Remember, if you wouldn't drink it, make sure it doesn't get into the canals. Thank you.